Our weather's not terrible
Okay.
today here at home, but we do have some rain showers.
Just gotta get past our splashdown at noon time, right?
Yes, that is our splashdown. More of a, maybe like a little puddle or something. They're laying into the ocean. We could have a couple puddles later today. We're talking about scattered showers coming in from Illinois right now. We're dry here in Indy. We'll still be dry for a few more hours as you are headed out the door this morning. You're looking live there on the north side, but you're looking out to the west, the darker area. That's Eagle Creek this morning. We're in the upper 50s, low 60s. Some of us are a degree or two warmer than yesterday morning. It's a nice start out there. Comfortable in Kokomo at 60. It's 56 in Marion. Good morning in Monticello at 63. Good morning in Richmond, 55 to 59 in Rushville, 57 in Newcastle. Same in McCordsville. We're at 58 in Brownsburg and 60 in Zionsville. 60 in Bargersville. We're on Center Grove and 60 also reporting in Seymour. Not a bad start out there this morning. Enjoy it. We'll probably stay in these 60s throughout the day today as some showers come in. We won't be quite as warm as yesterday, but it'll be all right. Mid 60s with a few showers around lunchtime and recess, and then by the time you're headed home from work, we'll still have some scattered showers out there. That wave of rain is moving from west to east right now, so coming up, we're going to track that. We'll time it out for you throughout the day, and then we'll take a little bit of a look at our next system. That's next week. I want to let you know that today there are a few rain showers, and then the weekend looks dry, but then starting first thing next week, we go back into a storming pattern. Let's talk traffic though this morning. Still dry. Road will remain dry for the next few hours, but gradually as the day goes on, we're going to have the chance for some light raindrops. In some places, barely enough to wet the ground. And in some places, maybe 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch, which is not a lot, but just enough to kind of be watching out for later today. The good news is that we don't have any severe weather. No severe weather out there this morning, just a lot of cones out there. I do want to let you know, here's I-65 on the east side of downtown Indianapolis. These lanes coming at you, those are the southbound lanes. Those are the ones that will be closing starting at 9 o'clock this evening, not reopening until Monday morning. If you need to use 65 south, you may need to actually go around the city on 465 in order to get around this big shutdown.
All right, thank you, Matt. Well, we're following a couple of developing stories this morning.
We know one person was shot just a couple of hours ago in downtown Indianapolis near Meridian and Georgia Streets, about a block from Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Metro Police say they were called around 2:45, but when they got to the scene, they didn't find a victim. But shortly after, they learned that someone showed up at a hospital with a gunshot wound, so they are expected to be okay.
And Metro Police didn't share any information about an arrest. We're checking back in to find out more information to pass along to you. Also this morning, one person was taken to the hospital after a house fire on the north side. This was the scene at 73rd and Ralston around 4 o'clock this morning. Crews were there around 3.
Now, one person did suffer minor injuries while getting out of the home. And IFD crews say that could be because they did find hoarder-like conditions inside the property. Again, we'll share with you any updates as soon as we get them.
Well, Metro Police have now made an arrest after a man admitted on camera to having child pornography.
But the arrest doesn't come without controversy. So why wasn't he taken into custody sooner? That's what a vigilante group is asking after recording the initial encounters. Marina Silva is in studio with what police are saying. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, that video was taken and posted by a group called Predator Poachers. Now, in that video, a man admits to having sexually explicit material involving children. Now, this is the video. A man admitted he sent a photo to who he believed was a teenage girl. It happened Saturday and was posted online Tuesday. The group behind it demanded an immediate arrest. But when Metro Police showed up, the man admits to the same things again, even letting officers search his phone. But he was not arrested. Now, IMPD says after conducting their own investigation, the suspect was then arrested for possession of child sexual abuse material. Sergeant Nicole Flynn is a child abuse detective. She's urging the public, call police, don't conduct your own investigation.
We have to uphold the Constitution, the state laws. And so none of those things were going on during that approach that the vigilante was using. So that's the things that were said and done in that interaction are not something that we can use in a criminal investigation at all.
Predator Poachers claims to have conducted stings in all 50 states, leading to over 300 convictions. Now, we did talk to the Predator Poachers group about their concerns, and coming up at 6:30, hear their side of the story.
All right, thank you, Marina.
An Indianapolis man is sharing the obstacles he faced when trying to vote in the May primary.
So Daniela Torres' husband earned his citizenship in 2023. He voted in the 2024 presidential election. But this year, Torres received a letter from the Marion County Election Board.
So this letter says he has 30 days to provide proof of citizenship before he can vote. The letter did not include a date or where to send his documents. Now, a Marion County clerk says 1,200 residents received this same letter after state lawmakers passed a new law last session.
The Secretary of State's office told 13 News that one-time verification requirement is a safeguard for the U.S. citizenship voting requirement. The Monroe County Sheriff is suing the Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita over ICE enforcement.
This is over so-called detainer requests. So that's when ICE asks other law enforcement agencies to notify ICE before releasing an illegal immigrant and instead hold them for an additional 48 hours. Well, this suit argues without a warrant, that would violate people's Fourth Amendment right.
Rokita sued the Monroe County Sheriff's Office in 2024, trying to force the department to cooperate. Rokita's office did issue a statement about this latest suit, saying in part, quote, Sheriff Marte took an oath to uphold the laws of Indiana and the United States. Hoosiers deserve sheriffs who enforce the law fully and without selective carve-outs that put politics ahead of safety, end quote.
Well, this is a new scam you may not have heard before. Property owners, this one's for you specifically. There is a rising crime where people are trying to steal your property.
And then sell it too. You may think that this couldn't happen to you, but it's actually a scam that the FBI is saying is more and more common. Anna Chalker is in studio with how one Indianapolis family tells us this happened to them and how some city and state leaders are stepping up to try and stop this before it happens. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. Just imagine it. Your property is taken and sold right out from under you. You don't want that to happen, but it has. That nightmare to one family here in Indy. They were just trying to manage their 22 properties when this happened.
This individual, the imposter, got a hold of my brother's information. My brother's a junior, my dad's a senior. Put my brother's information on there, got the deed, and was going to sell the property on college as if he owned the property.
Kelly Ferguson says she's got a lot to handle. She's managing her parents' trust, and then the scammer tried to act like her brother to sell that property. And it was the title company that raised the red flag on this when they say the scammer refused to show up in person, stopping the deal just in time. And her case is just a handful that the Marion County Prosecutor's Office says happens every single month. One detective says it's become more common because many of these property owners don't even live where they own the property.
If you're not there daily, you can be scammed. You can lose your property name, and then this person committed a fraud can rent their property out or try to sell it and get that down payment and run.
So this is what Ferguson has done to prevent this in the future. She put a property fraud alert on all of her accounts for all of the 22 properties her family owns. If anyone has any type of document in their name and try to add anything, the recorder's office will then notify them. And this is what they're encouraging you to do if you're a property owner right now, thinking about doing it in the future. Get this fraud alert system so you can prevent anything from happening. So you could say, hey, that's not normal, that document that just came in. And this is something that state lawmakers are also trying to push as well. So we'll share that coming up. Some of the resolutions are trying to bring forward, not just this past session, but ones coming up.
Gotta lock down all your information nowadays.
One more thing you have to add to the list.
Because the sale didn't go through, but they were able to, effectively impersonate the brother.
Especially when you're a family property trying to own so many names and different things. That's where kind of the convolution can come through.
All right, thank you, Anna. Good tips there.